Angela here. I wanted to talk to you about some planets, and then I'm going to give you a different activity that you could do. So first, I'm going to go through, see, look at my pretty picture of all these planets. If you're in my Mayan classroom, you have this same copy, okay? So I'm going to give you 2 facts about each planet. Remember, what are facts? Facts are pieces of information. So I'm giving you 2 pieces of information about each planet. But remember, there's so much that you could learn about each planet. I'm only going to give you 2. So maybe you already know something and I don't say it. Or maybe your mom or your dad know something. Or maybe you have a book at home that gives you some information or some facts about these planets. So if you want to share something, you can share it, okay? So first, I'm going to talk about Venus. That one is Venus. Okay. So Venus rotates backwards. And Venus is the hottest planet in our solar system. So remember, that one was Venus. Okay. I'm going to talk about Uranus. This one. Oh, this pretty blue one in the middle. So Uranus is known as an ice giant. And Uranus makes one trip around the sun every 84 years. Wow. Remember the song about what goes around the sun? The Earth goes around the sun once a year. So it takes Uranus 84 years to go around the sun one time. Wow, that one. And if you hear that it's called an ice giant, do you think that the weather on this planet is a warm climate or is it a cold climate? It's probably cold if it's called an ice giant. Okay, I'm going to move on to Jupiter. I have, this pretty one right here. That is Jupiter. Sometimes you could just know what planet it is because you already know what it looks like. So maybe you already know which one it is before I even point to it. So Jupiter has 67 moons. That's so many. And Jupiter is the fastest spinning planet in our solar system. I'm going to move on to Mercury. You know which one Mercury is? That one's Mercury. Mercury is the smallest planet in our solar system. And Mercury is the 2nd hottest planet. So what was our hottest planet? Venus is the hottest planet, and then Mercury is the 2nd hottest planet. I'm going to move on to Saturn. Do you know which one Saturn is? It is this one. Yes. Saturn has a small rocky core covered with liquid gas. And like Jupiter, Saturn has many moons. Do you want to guess how many it has? So Jupiter had 67 moons. How many do you think Saturn has? Saturn has 62. Wow. Next, I'm going to talk about Earth. You know which one Earth is? It's this one. Right. And that's the planet that we're on. So we probably know way more about Earth than we know about the other planets. But that's why we can look things up and we can learn information about these other planets. So 70% of Earth's surface is covered in water. That means that 30% is land. So there's more water than land. Wow. Earth was once believed to be the center of the solar system. Does everything go around the Earth? Or what does everything go around from our other video? It goes around the sun. Right. Neptune. Do you know which one Neptune is? This one is Neptune. That's also a pretty blue. Do you think that Neptune, maybe you already know a fact from it just by what it looks like? Neptune is the farthest planet from the sun. So it's the farthest one away from the sun. It also is the coldest planet in our solar system. What was another cold planet in our solar system? Uranus, right. But yeah, Neptune is the coldest one in our solar system. I'm going to talk about Mars next. Maybe you already know what it looks like. You know where Mars is? This one right here. Mars is known as the red planet because it's very red. Mars has the largest dust storms in all the solar system. So maybe that's why it looks so red. It has the largest dust storms. That's kind of amazing. So remember, that was a fact about weather. Every single one of these planets has a different type of weather climate. So that's a fact that you could look up about each planet. Oh, yes. So it's not on my page, but I wanted to talk about Pluto because when I was in school, Pluto was a planet. So here's my 2 facts about Pluto. Pluto is no longer a planet. It's called a dwarf planet. So we learned so many new things about planets and space that we learned, well, the scientists learned that Pluto's not really a planet. It's called a dwarf planet. And its surface is covered with ice. So I think that Pluto is farther than Neptune. We should look it up. But so that means that it's so cold, but it's not part of our solar system. It's just called a dwarf planet. Maybe you could look up some facts about Pluto because I think it's the only planet that was a planet, but then isn't a planet anymore because they changed it. Okay, so nice job. Everybody has this paper if you're in my class. For this activity that you could do, this is in your packet if you're in my classroom. If you are not in my classroom and you still want to do this activity, you could just write it down. Okay, so I'm going to read on this side, there's facts about each one of these planets, and you have to match them to which planet this fact is about. So it's kind of tricky, and maybe it's a fact that I didn't even tell you, so you might have to ask for some help. But this is a fun activity that you could do with your brother or your sister or your mom or your dad, okay? So I'm going to read the facts, and then you could think about them, and then you could do this activity, and then you can send it in, okay? The first one is the largest planet in the solar system. Do you know what it is? The next one is the 6th planet from the sun in our solar system. The brightest planet in the solar system. The planet with the nickname Red Planet. The coldest planet in the solar system. A dwarf planet in the solar system. The planet closest to the sun in the solar system. The planet farthest from the sun. And the only known planet to support life. Maybe while I was reading this, you already knew some of the answers, and then maybe there's some you don't know. So ask for help, and you can match them, and then you can send it in, okay? Nice job, my friends.